Hi everyone, it's Marisa from bumblebeeapothecary.com, and today I'm going to do another what we eat in a day video and show you what I'm making for all of our meals today. For breakfast, we're having some fruit, some scrambled eggs, bacon, and waffles. These are my soaked spelt waffles where I grind my spelt flour, mix it up with some kefir and water and let it sit on the countertop overnight. And then in the morning, I mix in eggs, salt, baking soda, and some melted butter or melted bacon grease. These are really tasty. I've been using this same bowl of batter for a few days, so I just pulled it out of the refrigerator and am making waffles with it, so that's why you don't see me adding those ingredients. I really like doing that. It makes it so easy and fast to just make a bunch of waffles if I have a giant batch of batter that I just keep in the refrigerator. If you were to leave out the waffles or substitute them with pumpkin or squash pancakes, then this would be a full GAPS breakfast. For lunch today, we're having a couple of different things. One thing that I've really been liking, this is some really delicious beef meat stock that I already had made. I just bring it to a boil and then I have these rice noodles that I cook in it, and then I add a little bit of soy sauce and some sesame oil, some organic cold pressed sesame oil, and the soy sauce is naturally fermented. And then I serve it with a little bit of kimchi in it, and then sometimes I'll also boil some eggs and slice those and add it too if I want a little bit more. If you wanted to make the same ramen noodle soup and make it GAPS legal, you would do everything the same except just leave out the soy sauce since that's not GAPS legal, and then substitute the rice noodles for zucchini or carrot noodles, and that is really delicious too. It's like a fun Asian inspired way to enjoy meat stock. And then the other thing that we're having for lunch is some dinner leftovers. This is a pasta salad that we had last night, and it is lots of different stuff. It has some sliced ham, some cubes of our raw cheddar cheese that we use. There's artichoke hearts, 2 different kinds of olives, cherry tomatoes, bell pepper, cucumber, fresh basil leaves, and then I made a really simple homemade Italian vinaigrette dressing. It's just apple cider vinegar and olive oil with a little salt and pepper and some dried oregano. Shook that up and poured it over. And then the noodles that I have here are some of the red lentil noodles, and if you wanted to enjoy this same salad on GAPS, I would just leave out those noodles and it would be a really delicious salad even just like that with everything else. Perfect for full GAPS. So that's what we are enjoying for lunch. For dinner, I'm doing a whole roast chicken in the oven. This is one of the chickens that we raised, so I'm just taking it out of its bag and putting it into the pan. I keep it really simple. I pretty much just put on salt and pepper and then put it into a 400-degree oven for about an hour. Sometimes it'll need a little bit longer than an hour because these chickens are pretty big, but I start with an hour and then check on it after that time and then let it go for 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes if it needs to beyond that. I think our oven is kind of wimpy too, so you might not have to do that if you do this. But I start with an hour at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And then to have with the chicken, I'm also going to make some potato salad. So I'm just going to start by cutting up potatoes, and I put them in some filtered water and boil them for about 20 minutes until they're soft enough to be able to poke with a fork easily. And then drain those. And then I'll put those into a serving bowl, and then I'll put together a dressing. To make the homemade dressing for the potato salad, I use some mayonnaise and then either sour cream or kefir. I have a bunch of kefir, so I'm just using some of that. And then I add a little bit of Dijon mustard, some finely chopped red onion, and then some fresh herbs. I can get parsley and chives out of the garden right now, so I get some of those, chop them up finely and add them. And then a little bit of salt and pepper, and then also a little bit of apple cider vinegar. So I mix all of that together and then toss it, pour it over the potatoes and toss that together, and that makes a really delicious summer type of a side dish to go with the chicken. If you want a GAPS legal side dish that would be like a nice cool side salad, I would do a coleslaw. So I like to do either shredded cabbage or shredded carrot with a similar creamy dressing to the potato salad. that would be a really nice GAPS-friendly option for a really similar dinner. So that's what we're making for dinner. I hope that you enjoyed coming along to see what we're eating in a day. Please let me know what videos you would like me to do. Be sure and check out that description box for links to free ebooks and other goodies. I have a GAPS Diet Getting Started guide, as well as a free class on how to start the GAPS diet. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with anybody else who you think might need some meal inspiration. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out 2 new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.